Alright, what's going on everyone out there on YouTube? NES Ruler, and welcome to a brand new review. And this time around, we'll be checking out a film that was sent to me review by 88 Films, and you can pick this up right now on 4K. It is a film from 1997 titled Drive. So this film was released in partnership with the MVD Rewind collection series that they have been doing for quite a few years now. They released this film in that line, I don't know, a couple years ago. But now they partnered up with 88 Films to release this brand new special edition 4K release of this film. Now this film also has the 100-minute cut on it, as well as the 118-minute extended cut. If you guys are wondering if you're into this film, you probably know the differences between those two cuts of this film. This movie was released directly to video back in the day, so of course there was things cut, but I watched the 118-minute cut of this film, as I usually always do, and always prefer to watch the extended versions of these films. So what do I think about Drive? Well, Drive was directed by Steve Wang, who has only really done 3 films. He did this film, and then he did the 2 Geiger films, which are pretty interesting Power Ranger Kung Fu kind of films. And then he's basically just a makeup artist, and today he's still working, still doing makeup, but he's only directed those 3 films, and this was the last film that he directed in 1997. So Drive, it's a pretty crazy buddy kung fu movie. You know, when I went into it, I was like, I could probably tell this is going to be kind of not my cup of tea, but as the film went on, it actually grew on me, and the relationship between our 2 main characters really grew on me, and the buddy comedy aspect of it really came to fruition. And then when Brittany Murphy's character, Deliverance, shows up, the movie just turns in a completely different tone. But we basically follow our main character, played by, I'm going to butcher his name, Mark Dacascos, who plays Toby Wong. Toby Wong is this martial art artist who gets kidnapped, and he gets a artificial heart implanted into him. And basically what this artificial heart does, it allows him to have faster reflexes, he can move faster, things like that. And basically there's this corporation who created this heart who is trying to track him down and ultimately kill him or retrieve their property back from Toby's chest. And along the way, Toby gets another offer from an American company who's offered to give him $5 million for said heart in his chest. So Toby is trying to get to Los Angeles to get this $5 million instead of getting killed by these Chinese company, and that's it. That's basically along the way. Along the way, he meets Kareem Harrison's character, who is like this guy down in his luck. He's a struggling artist, but one day Toby walks into a bar, and he's in there writing, and one of the Chinese agents comes and try to, of course, murder him. And he pretty much takes his character hostage and forces him to drive him to Los Angeles to meet the Americans to get his $5 million. And along the way, it's basically just kung fu sequences and things like that, along with a buddy comedy kind of style. Like I said, it really did grow on me. The kung fu sequences are really well done. There's this one towards the end which takes place in this like Apollo 14 Planet Hollywood type of area. Of course, those themed restaurants in the late 90s, so very popular. You know, I've seen lots of YouTube documentary videos on, you know, those kind of restaurants. Planet Hollywood, I know that Steven Spielberg attempted to make one. So those themed restaurants in the 90s were a huge thing. So it was kind of hilarious to me to see them try to carry over that into this movie. But it's just an amazing last 20-minute fight sequence inside of this Apollo 14 themed restaurant. Really well done, really well choreographed. So Drive definitely grew on me. I'm surprised they didn't sequelize this film. There's definitely room to try to make a franchise out of this. I understand probably didn't do that well. It cost $3.5 million to make, which for the time for an independent movie was pretty good. It looks pretty good, but I guess it just didn't make its money back, mainly because of the fact it probably went to straight to video instead of getting released theatrically. So, what do I think about Drive? Well, like I said, Really fun film. The transfer, it's pretty good. As the film goes on, it gets better and better, but it definitely carries its natural grain. Of course, this movie was shot on film, so it's going to have that natural film grain that we come to know. But in some parts, you could tell some of the negatives maybe weren't as well taken care of as some of the later reels in the film. But it looks good. It passes the bar compared to what was probably this movie's original negative, what it's looked like. It's probably the best that it's ever going to look. And on here, you got, like I said, the original cut, as well as the 118-minute extended cut. And then we got a commentary with the director, fight choreographer, and the stars. And then we got like this 40-minute making of featurette that you could tell was made all the way back when they were making the film in the 90s. It's kind of cheesy, doesn't really hold up in my opinion compared to some of the modern features that we see today. But I give them appreciate it. I give 88 Films credit that they at least put it on here. At least there's some features on here. So there's that. And then we got 6 deleted scenes and some more archival interviews with some of the cast and crew. So you got some stuff on this release. It also comes with the poster art as well as the disc and different art from the slipcover. So that is always cool. I always appreciate when they try and do different artwork on the disc artwork compared to the slipcover. So that's my review of Drive. I actually had a good time with this one. You know, this film is actually quite popular, has quite the cult following. I understand why. It definitely lives up to that late 90s straight-to-video cheese fest that some people really, really love. So if you guys like that kind of stuff, you're probably going to dig Drive. I can see how a film like Crank was influenced by this movie. Similar premise. Not as crazy as Crank, but still quite fun. So that's my review of Drive. If you guys like this review, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/NESRuler22. Thank you, everybody, and I shall talk to you guys soon. See you guys.